They didn't notice the moment everything died in me, but I did. It was somewhere between the laughter at my expense and the silence that followed when I stood up to leave the dinner table. Her family always had a way of dressing cruelty as humor, grinning behind wine glasses and sideways glances. That night was different, though. That night, even she laughed. My wife. When I pulled her aside afterward, she didn't defend me. She didn't even look at me like I was worth defending. "You have two options," she said, arms crossed, her wedding band catching the low kitchen light. "Apologize or leave." I nodded. Then I left. I didn't pack much. Just enough to not look suspicious in the airport. One carry-on, a hoodie, my passport. I booked a one-way ticket to somewhere the world forgot. They didn't call. Not that night. Not the next morning. Not for weeks. And that silence, that indifferent, cavernous silence, was what sealed it. We were perfect once. At least, I believed we were. Dinners with candlelight and music, whispered promises in the dark. I loved her like a man loves a future. But the cracks were always there. Her family didn't approve of me. Too quiet. Too intense. Too calculated, her brother once said, as if that were a fault. They saw me as an outsider playing house with their golden girl. She never stood up for me. I told myself she was stuck in the middle, that it wasn't fair to expect her to choose. But she did choose eventually. Just not me. The reunion was the final test. Her father made another smug remark about my job. "Do you still work from that little laptop of yours?" Her sister chimed in with a comment about how I wasn't really family, not until we had a baby. I looked to my wife. She sipped her wine, eyes fixed on the table. That silence said everything. The outburst wasn't loud. Just a sentence or two. Something about respect. Something about dignity. But by the time I stood and left, it was clear I was the villain in their story. And villains don't get apologies. They get even. The first month away, I went silent. No social media. No texts. No calls. I let them believe I was licking my wounds, maybe sleeping on a friend's couch somewhere, spiraling. They had no idea I was rebuilding. I had access to everything. Her passwords, her families, shared accounts, cloud backups. I'd built our digital life for convenience. Now I weaponized it for precision. I watched, read, waited. I found the group chats, the private messages, the jokes, screenshots, the things they never thought I'd see. There were worse things than being laughed at. I found the truth about her coworker those weekend business trips. The hotel receipts buried under fake names. The late-night cash transfers from her father to cover up what he called her mistake. They all knew. Her sister, her mother. They'd protected her, lied for her. They didn't ignore me because I spoke out. They ignored me because I knew too little. That changed. By the third month, I was back. Quietly. I moved into a short-term rental under another name, close enough to walk the same streets without being noticed. I watched from a distance, studied their movements. The family reunion, the next one, was already being planned. This time, a public charity gala hosted by her father's company. How poetic. I spent weeks preparing. Not with rage, but with clarity. I gathered evidence, arranged it into a neat little presentation. Financial discrepancies, infidelity, ethical violations in the family business. Everything traceable. Everything undeniable. The night of the event, I arrived dressed in tailored black, blending in among the donors and politicians. No one recognized me, at least not at first. They were too busy basking in their reflected spotlight. until the screens lit up. No announcement, just silence. Then the first slide appeared. A candid photo her and the coworker, time-stamped and geotagged. Then another, her father's transfers. Her sister's mocking texts. Each frame slower than the last, like a noose tightening. Gasps. Murmurs. Cameras flashing, not for the photo op they expected, but for the scandal unfolding in real time. And then her eyes found me. Across the room. Pale. Hollow. She opened her mouth, but no words came. Not this time. The aftermath was swift. Her father's company was audited. He resigned within days. Her mother stopped attending charity brunches. Her sister's fiancé left her. The coworker was fired. And her? She tried calling. Once. I didn't answer. There's no satisfaction in screaming. No justice in chaos. But there is power in patience. In watching the house of cards fall exactly the way you arranged them. They called it vindictive, cruel. They never called it untrue. Now, I sit in a quiet calf oceans away. A different name, a different passport. I don't miss the noise. Or the warmth. Or her. Some people think revenge is fire. Fast. Loud. They're wrong. Revenge is cold. Slow. It waits in silence, sharpens in shadow. And when it strikes, it doesn't burn. It freezes.